Morning, Chargers. Mr. Mack and Miss Boz here. We're excited to welcome you back to Terre Haute High School building. We want to spend a little bit of time today talking to you about protocols and expectations that ensure that when we are back, that we can stay back for as long as possible. That's going to be a collaborative effort on the part of all of us, adults and students alike. And thanks in advance for your support of ensuring that we can stay in the building and stay safe as we continue to learn. Okay, first thing we need to think about, Chargers, is, and it starts at the beginning of your day, is how you're feeling before the school day begins. If you feel like you've got a symptom, you've got a sore throat, a cough, or your fever, if you have a thermometer at home, you can do a little check. Solid 98 for Mr. Mack this morning. If you're not feeling well, it's part of your communal responsibility to stay home. We can ensure that you're going to get some instruction via distance learning, but these are important decisions that you have to make every morning. A little personal check, make sure you're feeling healthy, and then get yourself a good breakfast and get ready to go to school.
The second thing we want to talk to you about is the importance of masking up. So the expectation is that all of our students make sure to wear their masks each and every day they're here at school, in every classroom, throughout the building. We will have designated spaces in the building and in some specific classroom location areas where students can take a break from wearing a mask. So they can take a second to take the mask off for a little bit and in a safe and comfortable way. Please know that the expectation is that students wear their masks at all times and that the masks cover their nose and mouth area. If students do have a concern wearing a mask, we will provide you with distance learning options.
So one of the important safety protocols that we've created is a traffic flow that ensures that students are not crossing paths as you move through your school day. And if you recall on our schedule, we've added time to our transitions and to the beginning of the end of the day so that students have the time to move efficiently from one class to the other. If you'll notice on our traffic flow sheet, which we'll highlight for you, some of that flow involves you going outdoors. Functions in two ways. A, it allows you to move efficiently to a different area of the school depending on where your next class is. And B, it also allows you a mask break if you have the opportunity to go outdoors. We will have staff supervising the exit and entrance doors at the different areas where you are moving outdoors if you're transitioning from classes. If you're in the front of the building and transitioning from T hallway back to the front foyer, our SRO will be in the parking lot to ensure your safety as well. What you need to know, when you are dropped off at the beginning of the day, regardless of where you're dropped off on campus, you need to think strategically about where your first period class is, whether it's a white day or a green day, and move directly to that class. We've allotted time at the beginning of the day to make sure that you can efficiently arrive and go directly to your course. There is no more looping around the hallways in the morning that does not support our safety protocols. The exception to this rule is if you need breakfast in the morning, you can come to the front foyer and get a grab-and-go breakfast and then move directly to your first block class.
All right, some more things to keep in mind. So you'll be masked up throughout your school day, but as much as possible, we want you to try to socially distance whenever you can. So maintaining 4 to 6 feet of social distance with your peers and faculty will be important. We will have our classrooms ventilated as much as possible, so our interior doors will remain open to allow for that. We also want you to keep in mind that we need to really minimize and not share materials and resources with one another. We should not be touching each other's devices and sharing pens and papers. We really need to minimize that type of sharing of materials.
So another critical preparation that you should all take is to bring a cold water bottle to school every day when you come. The bubblers are not going to be functioning, but the water dispenser component of our bubblers will be functioning. And especially as we start the school year and temperatures are a little bit higher, it's going to be critical that you stay hydrated. I think this helps to support the challenges of masking as well. But take the time to bring a water bottle in, take advantage of the opportunities as you transition to stop and get yourself hydrated. Another critical thing that we want to talk about is access to the lavatories. Historically, we have closed our bathrooms during the passing period. That is going to remain the case during the new school year as well, including the 5 minutes at the end of each block and the 5 minutes at the beginning of the subsequent block. And the reason behind that is our incredible custodial staff has to take the time to clean those bathrooms in between periods, and they're going to need that 20 minutes of time to make that happen. So understand that your lavatory breaks are going to take place with a pass during the assigned class periods. To help manage our flow through the building, we've set up one-way directional arrows that give you indications of where it is that you can go as you move through the high school. Follow these arrows to ensure that we're not crossing paths as we move through the school day. In passing periods, if traffic flow demands that you exit the building, a staff member will be there to support your transition out of the building and then back into the building as well.